In January, we are at the AHR Expo in Orlando, Florida. It's a great resource. It's like one-stop shopping for mechanical equipment that you would need to go, that you build your eco-friendly home. Today I'm here with John Barba. We had met him once before to talk about some of the products and opportunities. This amazing show, wasn't it, John?
This place is incredible. It's maybe 5 times as big as a Walmart, but everything in it is dedicated to heating, ventilation, air conditioning, high efficiency, etc. It's just buzzing with activity. I mean, it's been almost nonstop.
Again, isn't it a great place for networking, industry experts and stuff that goes on? This is the place to be.
I got to tell you, the amount of knowledge and understanding of how, not only how heating systems work, whether they're hydronics, forced air, etc., but just overall mechanical systems, heating, cooling, ventilation, high-tech control strategies, wireless stuff. The amount of knowledge and technology that's in this room, the amount of just cool stuff that's in this room and the amount of people who understand what this cool stuff does, it's kind of mind-boggling, really.
So have you seen any trends or anything going on?
Whole house controls has been an interesting trend. There's more of that in terms of entire system integration, whether it's your mechanical systems, lighting, alarm system, all that's kind of part of the package. A lot of wireless controls. This is kind of interesting. Air-to-water heat pumps. I've seen a few of those, which is really a cool concept. You wouldn't think in colder climates something like that could actually work, but they're figuring out how to make that work. I mean, those to me are game changers, the way we design and install heating, cooling, comfort systems.
Another thing I noticed, John, it's kind of the off year, as we kind of say, because we're in a warmer climate, but there is still a lot of boilers and a lot of water generation stuff. I was pleased to see that.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Again, Orlando's not the place you would think about for a heating show, right? But air conditioning, yeah. Commercial, yeah. But there's an awful lot of residential hydronics stuff being shown here, and a ton of residential hydronics customers here. Which, again, maybe it's because it's Orlando, it's January. I guess I'd want to go to Orlando in January, too.
Yeah, that's true. But, it's funny. This show, to me, has changed over the years, too. It has more residential product now than it did 10, 15 years ago. It was all a pure engineered show. Now it becomes the show to go to exhibit anything HVAC.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement, too, because, there's more technology now available for the residential marketplace, and not just in circulators or boilers or furnaces, but in all aspects of the mechanical system, indoor air quality, control strategies especially. I mean, we're sitting right across from a booth that's got controls up the wazoo here, along with our own iWork stuff here that's it can do some amazing things. So there's a lot of interest in that, and a lot of different companies that are providing options.
Well, like you say, there's so much technology. I mean, what are they going to do next year to top this?
It's going to be in Las Vegas, so you know what?
Yeah.
There's no shortage of things you can do in Las Vegas, but you know what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas.
That's right.
So I will be watching you very closely at the show next year and making sure you behave yourself.
Yeah. Well, all the technology, gets so excited. Yeah.
Put a techno nerd a techno nerd in a techno show in Las Vegas. What could go wrong?
But, again, my little takeaway of this is same thing, indoor comfort. How can you make it better? How can you control it either remotely or directly and just make the occupants, more comfortable, whether it be humidification, dehumidification, temperature control. It's like we're finally fine-tuning in on that is an important aspect now for living conditions.
And the real challenge is weeding through the thousands of different ideas, technologies, concepts that you'll see at a show like this, and finding the ones that are going to work best for you in your particular project. That's the real challenge, and that's where you need expertise, I think. You need to be able to guide yourself through this rat maze of technology, which is really what this is. If you walk around the show, it's a rat maze of technology. How do you get to the cheese? I guess is the way to look at it.
Well, it's all part of a learning process for me and everybody else out there, is meeting with industry experts, trying to see what makes sense, what's just not a fad or fashion or whatever, the biggest bang for your buck you're going to get. You're going to put in this, I know it works, yet it will do the job cost effectively, and you will have very good comfort level.
Right.
So that's kind of distilling all those things down, and hopefully relying on some experts to.
Yeah, and if you latch on to the right experts, who, they can share with you what they know logically, and it makes sense to you. It's not like there's no leap of faith required to accept the technology. If they can explain it to you logically, don't use the word magic or anything like that, then you've really got somebody that you can trust, and they can help guide you to make the best decisions for your job.
Exactly. We met with some like building science people to talk about the envelope and the construction. And now we're probably going to start talking, as that's kind of defined, we'll start talking to people about the mechanical systems and what goes on. Same thing, industry experts as well as local contractors or things like that, and kind of say, hey, if it's your home, how would you do it?
Right. And don't never short sell the contractor's input here, because they can sniff out a snake oil salesman from a mile away, and they know what works and what doesn't, what is intuitive and what isn't, what's easy to install, what's difficult to install. All of that is part of their skill set and what the value that the contractor brings to it, and that is not insignificant.
No, that's why they're called professional contract. They are. They do it. Well, this is great. There's so many things going on. And just kind of in closing, is there anything you want to tell people about next year? Like you said, ideas, but questions or information or whatever they can give.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If a contractor or an engineer or someone is planning to come to this show next year in Las Vegas, number one, get plenty of rest. Number two, have a plan. They give you a book about that thick listing all of the exhibitors. Do not try to hit them all. I mean, you've got to have a plan of what specific product categories you're interested in, and then do some research ahead of time. Hit the website, see what they're all about, so you can target who you want to see. Otherwise, you get lost here. You can spend days wandering the aisles, and by the time you get halfway, you're so tired, you just don't have the energy to listen to anybody or ask questions anymore. So the real key is to target who the specific vendors are that you want to see, and then plan questions ahead of time. So it's a little bit of work ahead of time. Check out websites of companies that sound of interest to you, that have products that are in the right categories for you, and then see those guys, and try to ignore the noise, because there's a lot going on here that that'll get your attention.
You can also download an app. Some of them have certain apps, and you guys should create a program where you want to go, booth numbers, and create a route, so you're not running all around.
Exactly.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, because again, this is a massive show, and if you try to walk it from one end to the other, they have lost and found stations for people here. I don't know who I am or where I'm at anymore. Can someone call my mommy and come
Brain
get me?
overload. Here, help me. I'm not going to seem to have lost it. Well, that was great, John. I appreciate taking the time out and give us a little chat about your insight and what you see going on in the industry, and this trade show, specifically. And I'm really happy. I think we had great attendance, and I have a lot of takeaways from you.
Absolutely, same here.
Well, thank you, John.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
The pleasure was
We'll
mine.
talk to you soon.
Thank you.